Hi, it's Erica from Mocha Mama on Fire, and welcome to my channel. It has been a while since I last made a video. So to those of you who are following my journeys on my FIRE journey to financial independence, retire early by doing the Coast FIRE method, followers by fellow coasters, welcome back. And to those of you who are following my journey as a mom raising a child on the autism spectrum, welcome to my channel again. I'm excited to take you on new journeys in 2022. And when I think about my last recording, I want to say maybe it was around the summer of 2021. So definitely a while ago, given all that's happening in the world around us. But just know while I was away, life was happening. And life was happening in good and in bad ways. But anyway, how the Lord says it all works out for my good. So I am thankful for that. And really the title of this video is going to be on how I gave up my thoughts of the American dream. I've seen so many videos lately on YouTube related to those who gave up. And when I say I give up, it's not that I'm giving up in despair and depression and just want to, be a hermit and recluse and get away from life. But I gave up the dreams and aspirations of what is supposed to be my life, or was expected of those of us who live in America to go after certain goals. And those who know me, they know that I am someone who is driven 1,000% to have, a great career, to have, to be entrepreneurial, to hustle, to do all those different things to make it to the next level in life. That's really a big part of who I am, of what I want to be, at least before. Until I came to this realization of, okay, yeah, it's great to have a great title at work. It'll be awesome to make 6-7 figures, right? And all those other kind of things you think about. But we all know that, money doesn't necessarily buy happiness. And one thing that we do know as well is that one valuable resource that we have no true control over really is time. And given what's going on in the world recently with COVID or the panorama, as some people say, or the pandemic that's impacted us since, March of 2020, I think I know everyone, a lot of people around the world have done big realizations of who they really are, what do they really want from their life, what marks do they want to leave on the world, and what would that look like. And even though I may have a small channel and I have 181 people who subscribe, and I thank you for each one of those subscriptions, thank you, it's more so around my immediate touch. Like, who can I touch in this world to say, look, don't get caught up on what you may think you want, and really discover what it is that you do want, and who you want to touch and who you want to help. And so a big component of my realization of who I really want to be and how I want to make a mark in the world is really what has led to changing my overall trajectory of my life in this year of 2022. And I'm excited to kind of give you a glimpse of it and the journeys to come in the videos that I'm going to produce and share with you. Now, I'm no big, production person, but I'm going to do more like talking like I am now to you. And I really want to be able to talk more for those in the comments as well who may feel the same way that I feel. And so with that, I'm going to jump into why I gave up and why I was been gone for so long, because during that process of learning more about what I want to do next, I come to this realization now. So to recap you, I think my last video may have been around May of 2021. And so in that video, I think I shared how I was doing my quarterly review of my Fire Coast journey. And I was well close to reaching my coasting number. Because I have a smaller, larger, say, fire goal of really only needing 500,000 to really retire well. And that's when I'm in my 50s, that's my goal, to have 500,000. But to coast there, when I did that calculation, I only need to have about 30,000 in my retirement accounts, And then that way I can shift to a part-time role, or a role where I'm making enough money to cover my immediate needs, but not necessarily need to aggressively save for my retirement. That was where my coach number was, and where I was so tracking. Well, in July of 2021, I had decided that, I'm going to go after a new career opportunity that I saw come to me. It would have been a little bit more money than what I was making then, and I thought would give me a better opportunity, even more so reach Coast Fire faster. Well, I left a really great opportunity and a great job where I was for a job I thought was going to be even better. And that's one of those things where sometimes we really have to learn how to count the cost of new opportunities and see, okay, is this really better than what I currently have? Because now I was in an opportunity, I was in a space where I was performing very well. I was well respected by my peers, and I had a good opportunity for growth within that company had I stayed, as opposed to being lured, I would say. But then, as you'll find out, it was all for my good. So I left the company where I was okay with and to go somewhere else. So within 3 weeks of thinking I was going to begin that new opportunity, I get notification that my offer had been rescinded. So for those who don't know what rescinded means, that means that, hey, taking it back. So I was offered a job, I was expecting to go in, and then if it's time for me to go, it gets rescinded. And it was no explanation given to this why it was rescinded. Even more so just like a blow and a shock. But what I knew is that it happened because it needed to happen, because it pushed me into this new phase of where I am now. So underneath that time of moving into that new job, I had already started a nonprofit organization. I did not share it with you all, I believe, but I started Shades of Autism Parent Network. And I actually started it in February 2nd of 2020 is when I actually formed it. And I got my 501c3 in March of 2021. And so when that job offer was rescinded, it forced me to say, okay, you know what, God? I have this money that I saved and invested for my FIRE goal. But instead, I'm going to have that as my safety net to cover me through this period as I begin to really focus on building my nonprofit. And that's what I did, you guys. I spent the last 6 months, actually now, I guess going on 8-9 months, focusing on my organization, really determining what my mission is going to be, building community partners and relationships, talking to grant funders and all those things, creating programming around the audience that I want to be able to serve. And I'm so happy to share with you guys now that if you were to go to shadesapn.org, you will see more information about the organization that I'm so proud that I started. But in doing that, I would not have done that had I not had that job offer rescinded, had I not began to feel like unhappy in my current job, and to say, you know what, I want more. I don't know necessarily what may it be, but I want more. And because that what I thought was going to be more got taken back from me and pulled under my rug, I moved into what was really truly my truth and my next opportunity, and that is entrepreneurship. But more so than that, is giving back to the community that I love and serve. Those who are like me, a woman of color, the child with autism, is looking for support in this community. And so with that, I've been focusing on building an organization because of those things that happen. And in doing that, I began to really rethink through, okay, do I really need to have 6 figures? Yeah, that's nice. Who doesn't want that? But what matters most to me is my having time freedom, having the ability to really determine my day every day. And so one thing that I love and I'm thankful for now is that because of the foundation that I've built in investing, right? And having that practice of investing and building my emergency reserves, I was able to test out something that I would not have been able to do just 3 years ago because I did not have that reserve. And that's the beauty of beginning to invest. And no matter what age you're in, and even if you don't reach your ultimate goal of where you may think you need to have to be comfortable, go after your dreams still in the midst. Do it afraid. We don't have to know all of the answers when we step forward on something. If you know it in your heart and in your spirit to go for it, I encourage you to go for it. And don't go on along with anybody else's timeline on what it should be. It will be when it be, and your time and God's timing is always perfect. And you're in the right place at the right time. Know that, believe that, and tell that to yourself every day. And so since I've done that, I started the organization, I built those connections in the community, and now I'm so happy to also share that we are being funded and supported by our community as well, so much so that I'm actually able to even give myself a little something, right? A little bit of a salary for being that executive director and founder. But this is a great place and position to be in. And then also during this space of wanting to create my own, I actually started my own consulting business as well. And you may remember, I am in the financial services industry. And so with that, I say, I was looking for opportunities where I can work with financial advisors and be like a junior advisor or a client services manager and things like that. And I learned the career field of being they call it a paraplanner, working with financial planners. And so, you know what? I'm going to create a virtual consulting firm providing that exact kind of service. As soon as I stepped out on that, guys, I tell you, within a week, I had like a contract. God is good. I searched and all those things. And I've now been working as a consultant with another financial investment firm for the last 3 months, and it's going great, and I continue going to love it. And the best thing about it, I can work from anywhere. So right now, yes, I'm in my lovely home, which I'm thankful for. But soon, and in the travels to come in my stories to you, is that I'm going to be coming from all over the world. I'm actually turning 40, guys. I'm turning 40 on October 2nd of this year. And so I determined that in my 40th year, in October, once I turn 40, I'm going to go at least every quarter to a new country. So my goal is to go to 4 countries next year. And so I'm taking you along that journey with me. And as I build out my working from anywhere story journey, because you know what? I give up on this American dream. I'm going to keep my home. My goal is, of course, to pay it off and have that be my home base. But you know what? The world is our home, right? There's so much more to explore and to see. And along with that journey, I'm taking my beautiful son with me. As you know, he is on the spectrum. And he has come so far in his journey, guys. And I owe you some really great videos on how much ABA has impacted his life, how he's changed and developed in such over these last 2 years of being an ABA, and now how he's in public school. He's doing really thriving in the pre-K space he's in now, and soon going into kindergarten with those additional supports that he needs to reach his goals. So I'm just so proud of him, and I'm looking forward to encouraging other parents on their journey with their kids, raising them with autism. And I definitely believe in early intervention being key. And not only that, but including our kids in all of our fun parts of our life, right? They shouldn't just all be consumed with the therapies that they need, but they deserve to have some fun and outlets too, and see the world with us. And that's what I'm looking forward to documenting with you. So in my new dream of what life is, it includes time freedom. It includes my autonomy in how I do my work. The freedom really to design the life for myself and for my son that we best see fit for him and for me, right? Because all of us deserves to live the kind of life that we want, not dictated by others, but really truly is based on what we do and what we love. So I'm excited for you all to follow me on my journey as we go. Look out for more videos to come, again, around topics of autism, of the growth and development for us as individuals and parents. Self-care is key, and also too, financial independence is the biggest, and especially for us, those of us who have special needs children as well. So I'm still going to come to you with information around investing, my goal, my financial goal, and that will be a new video coming out because that has shifted and changed given my new life choice. It is really truly to be remote and to travel the world with that. And so what does my savings look like? What does my goals look like? And also too, being self-employed, it's a whole new world out there, guys. So talking about how I invest that and how I pay my taxes and all those things. So I'm excited to be back Welcome again to Mocha Mama on Fire, and get lit, guys. Bye and be blessed.